What's up, everybody? Joey Banker here with Triple Play Fantasy, and I'm here to bring you another must-add player for your fantasy football rosters this year. We are another week in the books, and it seems like the injuries are piling up in this league this year. It is ridiculous. What is going on that all these star players are getting hurt? I feel like we're already scraping the bottom of the barrel with these free agents, and it's been tough for a lot of people out there. I feel your pain. I have a lot of rosters where I have multiple people on IR, and these bye weeks are killer now. So if you have a couple injuries, you might also have 3 or 4 guys on a bye week, and you are just looking for help. Well, I got another guy this week that I think will be a big add for your team and may help you survive these injuries and the bye week this week. Before I go into today's guy, I just want to bring up Curtis Samuel, who, if you saw last week's video, he was a guy that I was telling you was going to average around 10 to 12 fantasy points. And guess what he did this week? He had 4 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown for 14 fantasy points, which outscored a decent amount of guys out there, especially the ones who got hurt or the guys, obviously, the guys who were on a bye. He was a good fit to slide right into your rosters, keep your momentum going, and help you get a W. So if you didn't pick him up last week, I definitely encourage you to do so now. I have him on a couple rosters, and I'll be sliding him right back into my lineup this week because the bye week this week has been killer for my teams. Now let's get into today's guy. Today's guy is Rashee Rice, wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like I've been highlighting all wide receivers so far. It's just because I really like these guys. And the running back market is pretty weak, and I'm not loving these guys that are out there as backups for the starters who have been getting hurt. But hopefully, I'll be able to bring you guys a couple running backs coming up soon. But today we got Rashee Rice. He is 6'1", 204-pound receiver for the Chiefs, and he is available in he's 30.4% rostered on ESPN, 45% on Yahoo, and 55% on Sleeper. So it's a pretty wide range there from 30.4 on ESPN to 50 in Sleeper. But he's still out there, and he's a guy that you can get and slide right into your roster. And he's averaging 9.5 PPR points per game in fantasy football this year, which is good for the 49 receiver in fantasy, which it's not amazing, but at this point, that you're just looking for a guy that you can slide in and maintain your momentum and hopefully get a win. And Rashee Rice is that guy for you. He is probably Patrick Mahomes' most reliable wide receiver at this point in the season. Kadarius Toney has been a drop machine. He's been up and down. Sky Moore, he really hasn't given us that much. Marquez Valdez-Scantling is what he has been his whole career. He's a boomer bust receiver who might give you a 60-yard reception here and there, but he's not going to be that go-to guy that Rashee Rice is becoming. And let's face it, Patrick Mahomes has not had that guy since Tyreek Hill left. And for obvious reasons, the Chiefs have still had success because they have the best tight end in football in Travis Kelce. But Mahomes has been searching for that wide receiver that he can go to in a bind because Travis Kelce isn't always going to be open. And as we've seen, he could get hurt. He had that ankle scare, and luckily he's been able to play. But Mahomes needs that number 2 option that he can go to, and Rashee Rice is becoming that. So I really feel like Rashee Rice is going to be that guy in the short term and the long term for Patrick Mahomes. His route percentage is up. His fantasy points per game are going up. He is a really good receiver. He catches most of his targets, unlike the other receivers in that room, and that's going to go a long way with Patrick Mahomes. So go out there, pick up Rashee Rice, help make up the ground for the guys that you've got on IR and the guys that are on a bye week this week. Go out and get some more wins, and make sure to like and follow Triple Play Fantasy. Follow me at SkyCaptain25 on Twitter, and I'll see you all next week.